What's up, guys? More Medic One. Today we're going to be replacing the drive belts, yes, plural belts, on a Troy built tiller. One is the forward belt and one is the reverse belt. However, if these belts break and you don't see how they are orientated on there and they break and fall off, I'm gonna have to show y'all a little trick, and we'll get these put on. Okay, just for instance, you have the engaging lever here. This is to make the tiller go forward. It seems to be okay. However, I don't think the belt is correct, and I know for a fact that we've got some issues going on with the reverse belt here. If we look at the reverse idler and the reverse idler arm, it's all bent out of whack, and I think the customer tried to put a belt on here, and we're just trying to piecemeal this thing together because it's just got a 4L29 belt on there, which is, I don't think it's nowhere near the right size, and this looks like a 1/4-inch belt. But the trick is you have to turn this belt inside out, because I don't know if I can show you, the pulley on the transmission on the forward belt is grooved, and then on the reverse belt is flat. So you have to turn the belt inside out to get your reverse function and for it to work correctly. Okay, so we are underneath this tiller, and here's the engine, and here is the engine, or excuse me, the transmission pulley. Now, as you can tell, that we are going to have to remove this pulley to get the belts off, because they use the side of the frame here as belt guides. It's just absolutely impossible to get those belts off past that pulley. There's just no room. So we're going to go ahead and remove this guard here. It's just 4 screws, 2 on each side, and it should just drop out of the way. Okay, so we got the nuts off of the shield, and let's go ahead and remove the nut for the transmission pulley. It's a 7/8 of an inch nut. And what does that remind you of? That input shaft looks a lot like the star blade pattern on the blade spindles on the MTDs, doesn't it? You want to pay close attention to these splines right here and the splines on the shaft itself. I've seen these spin out and just wreak all kinds of havoc. People think that it's belts and transmissions when all it is this little hub right here spun out. Splines spin out. Now with the pulley out, we can see more of what I'm talking about as far as it being a grooved pulley on one side and flat on the other. You just want to take and feel all the way around here, make sure there's no burrs, no sharp spots, or anything that could cut that new belt or belts. Everything looks good here. You want to make sure that there's no burrs on the pulley where it mounts onto that hub. Super easy. Now we can just remove the belts through the top. There's one, and then there's the other. Makes it so much easier to take that pulley out than it does to try to fight it, getting them out of there and damaging belts and pulleys, getting it put on. Okay guys, just in case you're wondering about part numbers, there's the Stens number right there, and it's going to give you the OEM number as well. 2265-778, and then the MTD number is 954-0491. Now, if you remember right, I told you that we're going to have to take this belt and turn it inside out. So the groove part out, the flat part on the inside. Very important step. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to just let this belt kind of go down in there like this, but we're going to feed it over this idler just like this here, and it's going to just nestle up against the crankshaft for now, and then when we get done I'll have to bend this bracket back over, because this is what actually keeps the belt on. I don't know why this is all bent like this, but this is the way that it's supposed to go. So whenever we get the other belt on here in just a second, we'll crawl back under here and we'll line the pulley back up, and then we'll tighten it back up to the input shaft of the transmission. Main drive belt, or the forward belt, goes on next. We're just going to slide it right down in here, right past that input shaft. I'm just going to let it dangle. That's good, just like that. Now once you get your pulley and your belts wrapped around the pulley, this is where experience and common sense is going to play a vital role in this repair. You have got to make sure that you line up the star pattern in the pulley with the star pattern with that hub. If you get it off and you tighten it up, you've destroyed a pulley, and you've destroyed a hub, and you've destroyed splines in a matter of minutes. Once you're confident that you've got everything lined up, go ahead and install your nut. But this is what I want you to do. I want you to tighten this nut. I want you to hit it with the impact wrench. Give it a couple of ugga-duggas. And I want you to take the nut off and inspect. And just make sure that pulley is pushed up on there. It's not crooked. It's not cattywampus. It's on there straight. I can't stress enough how important this step is. Guys, I have to save this bracket. There ain't no other way around it because it's no longer available. I think I can bend it around there. It looks pretty good. It's pretty daggum straight right there. But anyway, how that works, the reason that's inside out, you're gonna actuate the lever here. It's gonna pull that pulley over against the crank as it's running, and it's just gonna run backwards. Good to go. Alrighty guys, that is how we put the belts on. I've got some carburetor parts ordered for it, and I've got a gas cap ordered for it. We're going to service this thing out, and then we'll give it a test run. And guys, we will catch you on the next one. Y'all have a great day.